Hello and welcome to Indie News for Friday, March 9th, 2018. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's see what the stories on Indie Advocates was tonight. We had our social media presence, which you could find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we're trying to build a better presence on Kickstarter. It's kind of harder because we're never going to launch a Kickstarter. We're going to try to find a way around it. We'll tell you when we do. Throwback thread, Cosview, gender bending Batman villains. We took this amazing picture of Two-Face, Penguin, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy gender bended. And it's really cool. I wonder if they renamed Poison Ivy Poison Ivan. I would have. Check it out. Really cool news for program for today, of course, we're on right now. We just filmed Kickstarter Talk Issue 10, the deep topics of politics, life and death, fetish, and fear, mixed with some dick jokes. That's not a typo. War comes exclusively on Tapas today. Every Friday, a new chapter of the amazing story of War gets uploaded onto Tapas. Check it out today and see what everyone's talking about. The libertarian comic book is in need of we the people. You can be those people, but understand, whether you're from the left, right, or center politically, their intention with the book is to make you think. It's okay to disagree with them. Art of the day from Abiju Jen. I'm sorry, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. That was my best. Mentor search. Come on, guys. Here it is. We're down to 8 days. Now it's time to pledge. Don't make me show up and be in your room in the middle of the night and have things get awkward. Don't let it happen. Let's just back it now. You know, you don't want me to visit last time when I was in the closet. Of course, I'm kidding. Mentor Search is an amazing project. It's part of the Fetish Babies franchise that we are now calling Fetishism Tales. And this is the amazing story of Barbara and her journey through the New York City fetish underground. It is told in a way that really adds some humanity back to fetish, something I think that was desperately missing. And unlike so many other comic books, we don't use sex to sell the comic books. We use in an amazing storytelling and great art. We got a little more playful with this Kickstarter because it is about fetish, and we should be able to do raunchier covers because it's about fetish, and we really haven't yet. The third one is the raunchiest we're getting, but that's on purpose because sexuality should be becoming more open and free-flowing in the books now because we've gotten to know a character like a real relationship. We're going to skip over the rest of the Kickstarters because we will be talking them at the end of the program. I'm going to see if there's anything else that isn't comic book related like this, that isn't Kickstarter or Comic-Con related. We're going to skip up to the Alex Priest Comes Back for More with a Vengeance. This is by Chuck Pinu. Great guy. He is, of course, Indie Advocate's main editor. Check it out. I liked it. I dug it. Did a great job reviewing it. If you're curious what Alex Priest is, now's the time to find out. Spoiler, I believe it's an LGBTQ highly regarded comic book. If it's the same book I thought it was. I briefly read it, but I like the wording of it. So give it a read. Tell me if I'm right. See all the exits off the Comic-Con highway ending this week. That's right. You have time now to check out where to be tomorrow to support indie comics off the Indie Comic-Con highway or the regular Comic-Con highway. What's the difference? Indie Comic-Con highway is about us, indie creators, and where we'll be, while ConventionScene.com has been able to supply us with all the cons from around the world. This video shows you them all. That is all for the updates. Fridays, usually we don't do a program. I didn't do heavy updating. I had some family stuff to do today and some mattress shopping to do. So we didn't get a lot of updating on the site, but let's check out what happened on social media today. Of course, we filmed the first time ever Kickstarter Talk on Indie Advocates. Looks like, and this is the first time I'm seeing a lot of this. I waited to go on the news to check it out with you. Check this out. Didda Jones. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure who Didda Jones is. Now I'm going to be curious. I'm going to have to Google that next time I'm around. Glenn Fleming says, thanks for the ad. Glenn, thanks for coming. Antonius Christo says, check out my latest comic, Luminous Ages. I'm particularly proud of the angel design. To read the comic, head to my website. We'll make sure to get this on Indie Advocates for you as soon as possible. I didn't even realize Stanley Daly is up. Let me put that away. some amazing more art from the Lou Andy. I love the Rocketeer, and that's a cute. I think I can get away with cute. Cute's not bad, right? Cute, sexy. Can I still say sexy? Is that allowed to describe a woman? I'm going to still use it. I'm going to go with cute and sexy picture of a young lady. And the Rocketeer looks, man, he looks defiant. He looks like, you know, he's no joke. I dig it. All right, so here it comes. We're asking, because someone had mentioned that we should stop covering cosplay. I disagreed, but I left it up to you guys. So far, it seems like 6 of you, well, 6 of us, have agreed that it should continue. No one has said to stop. I'm going to share it with the public today, and we'll see if anything changes. That is it for the updates. It's Friday. That's why we usually don't do the show on Fridays, but I did want to make up for it because we've had a short week with all the changes and introducing the new studio, which you guys have seen pictures of. And if you haven't, let me just quickly give you a glance at the studio and see if anyone tagged me in anything today. And you guys can see we're watching us, watching us, watching us. Crazy. So in the new studio, oh, real quick, I saw this today, and it became aware that I guess I haven't talked about this a lot. Jax is having trouble talking, and he's struggling with it. I can hear him talk. He talks with me around a lot, but he's not where he should be at 3. I don't know what to call it yet. We're moving forward. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get past it. But I understand how important it is to hear from your child, and I want to hear more from him. So when I saw this on Kickstarter, I got really excited. It's Speechify, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's Every Child Deserves a Voice. The app for autism gives it to them. Please give it a look. We reached out to see if we can cover it for the site. I haven't officially heard if we're going to be covering it or not. I will reach out again. I would love to have that on Kickstarter Talks. I think it's a great idea. Too many families are dealing with autism without tools like this, so these tools are very important. Let's give the voice back to the children who don't have a voice. So, like I said, it's kind of affecting our family. I wouldn't call Jax autistic yet, but he's definitely having a mild stumbling block on his development right now. And if they give it a name, I'll be sure to talk about it. I'm not trying to hide it. I just don't know what to say yet. He is 3. It could be nothing. It could be something. We're keeping an eye on it. But, I mean, and he does say words and stuff, and he's a smart ass. So I know we're going to have conversations as he grows up. I'm not worried about that. But I do understand the power of not hearing your child. And for that reason, I really want to support this. And I think we saw that. That's badass. I love that. That's going to wind up on the site. There's me, my little devil goatee. Yeah, I look sexy in that. I'm the first one to make fun of my looks, but I actually look pretty good in that. Look at them shoulders. And we're going to get to the Toledo Con and all of that. I'm trying. Oh, okay, so here it goes. These are some office pictures. That's why I actually dragged you guys here. This is what I look at. It's literally on my right side right now. I have a super-powered anthology. I have Who Moved My Cheese, which is a great book, by the way. It really makes you look at life differently. I've got my Pocket Lawyer Guide for the comic book creator, and I've got Dirk Manning's Right or Wrong. I would have Josh Blaylock's book up there as well, but I have it on audio. Some of my audio books can't fit there because they're audio. Duh. Then I have my Lycan comic book, and I've been switching out the comic books as I've been reading them, so it's going to be like a running change every week in the I should actually start doing that, showing you what book I have open. And then apparently I've been told to read 5 Minutes to Success. I don't have 5 minutes. I'm just kidding. So Bama asked me how many books I had. I think I have 400 books now. I am a passionate advocating human. A lot of that comes from being mistreated in life. I have never been easy to understand or normal. That's why Fetish Babies is so important to me. The story of Mentor Search is about finding out it's okay to be different and it's okay to be yourself. It's about embracing who you are. Check it out, fetishbabies.com. We debated about anthologies, mixed feelings. Most people felt like anthologies were a waste of time, believe it or not. There just wasn't sales in it. I disagree. I like anthologies. I don't see them as a waste of time, but I don't put my opinion out there. I ask for other people's opinions. I don't tell people they're wrong. I think everyone has a right to their opinion, so long as you're not trying to, change fact and science. Flat earthers, and do things like, saying something that's not true. Flat earth, things that make no sense. A flat earth. But beyond that, you're good. And here it is, the new Indie Newsroom for those who didn't get to see it. And this is actually filmed. All right. It was filmed before I put up some of the art. So this was, and there have been slight changes. We're able to get things a little neater. I actually moved the computers a little down so you guys can see the new newsroom and how cool it is. And I also moved these white things above onto the top shelf to lower the screens. And I did that because of my back and my neck. I had to be very aware of how I look at things, and it has to feel natural. So if I have to look up too much, I'll hurt my neck. So I figured it out. I got it to go. I love it. It's like my little mini bat cave. So I'm digging it. Look at a big TV right next to it. And there's the modem. So close to, we've never been that close. So I'm really hoping that helps. You can see I was running wires behind. So we're actually hooked up, not on a Wi-Fi signal. So hopefully during the summer when we do have electrical problems, I could probably put the modem right into my backup generator battery, and because it kicks on and off the power, we'll probably get our way with having actual power through a thunderstorm just long enough. Because technically, if only a part of the area I'm in loses power, they should still have power running through that wire. So I'll probably have to do that one day. I'll actually put it on the battery backup. But I put rest. I wasn't home rest. It was reset. I just didn't catch that because my dyslexia. But yeah, that's the way it looks. I don't know if I missed a picture. Oh, I did miss a picture. I didn't show you guys some of my favorite art. It's not actually showing here. All right, so this is actually a funny story. This was made for me at work. Back when I was at work at Costco, I was out sick, and it was the first time my crew actually acknowledged, because I was in a new position, missing me. So they made me a bat signal because they had realized that when I was there, things ran better. So I've always kind of held on to that to remind me that, it is important how you act, because people will respond if you're stand up. And then I got my beautiful Batman art all around. You guys can see. I've got fan art, but it's different fan art. It's inspiring fan art, and this one is like my childhood and a thing. I love it. I love having it up there. And then one thing I don't actually show, and I don't know if you guys can actually see it if I move this. No, you're not gonna be able to see it. I'll try to remember to take a picture of it. So I have my rejection letter from New York Comic Con pasted on the metal framing right here to remind me that I haven't made it. Every day I haven't done enough to make it because I haven't been to New York Comic Con and have a table. And then once that goal is done, I'll start pinging up the rejection letters from Marvel and DC until I work, or whoever I pitch my book to for that matter. I'll continue to pitch it. I love this bat right here, this bat. And I think I'm hanging it upside down. It should be upside down. I just like it that way better because it doesn't mess with my dyslexia. It should be hung upside down. So that's me doing it in reverse because I'm dyslexic. But I dig it, and I do look at it from time to time. So that's it. We're going to do the end of the show like we always do this week in Indie Comics. I'm sure I bored you guys enough. The good thing is that this is our first week with Indie Advocates. Now that the week's over, none of it's going to be talked about next week. Everything goes back to normal because nothing's new. Next week will be about all Indie Comics, because even the remodel of my, the refurnishing or whatever you want to call it, the new setup of my home due to changing situations in my home life is now officially done. So we're going to go with this week in Indie Comics now. Kickstarter Talk Issue 10, the deep topics of politics, life, and death, fetish, and fear, mixed in with some dick jokes, is now available for you to view. See all the exits off the Comic-Con Highway, week ending March 9th through the 11th. And this weekend, you can see my friends Caleb, Dirk Manning, Frank James Bailey. Right here is Casey Pierce, Seth Damros, and Scott McMahon, all at Fantasticon. I'm jealous. I wish I was going this weekend. Ohio's far, but I really do wish I was going. No kidding, man. That looks like a great show. Back up before they blast off, this is Kickstarter Last Rites, issue 9. I can tell you some of these projects are already no, actually, I think they're all still on. Normally at this point, we've had a few, but I think a lot of our Kickstarter Last Rites had a longer shelf life, so that's good. The Libertarian comic book is in need of We the People. Whether you're from the left, right, or center political, our intention with this book is to make you think it's okay to disagree with this. Autism Awareness is about education and acceptance, educating the public about acceptance of special needs children and their value. Most autistic children and adults don't communicate or socialize the way typical individuals do. Autism Awareness attempts to break the barrier and help kids connect. They need a voice, and we give them one. They are our future, and I completely agree with that. That's obviously why we talked about earlier in the show, that cool app that they have now. Supporting Kickstarters takes just a single dollar. With $1, you can show support, attract attention, help fund projects, support indie creators, and help create new worlds. And more importantly, what you can also do is every time you back any Kickstarter, it sends a message to anyone who's following you on Kickstarter that you believe in that book, and they, in turn, will believe in it too. And if you're setting up a Kickstarter, it is time for you to get serious and read a book that will help you. And if you're looking for the best book that I know of about Kickstarters on the market right now, go to Amazon and get Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, 2nd edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding. Multi-Larceny, a science fiction crime comic of infinitive potential. Multi-Larceny one-shot comic, a crime story with the science fiction twist. Heroes, victims, villains connected in a race of space and time. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Egg Street will scare you if you're afraid of Freddy Krueger like I am. But if you're not, it could be really funny. Something sinister is haunting the dreams of local teens and A Nightmare on Egg Street. This is the amazing creators from Swampline Comics. Check it out today. Kaiju Gods is a comic anthology of 14 stories, 180 pages, over 40 creators, and all original kaiju content. Mentor Search. This is our 3rd date with readers. It's my story. I'm excited about it. It's time to get freaky. Barbara isn't looking to be saved. She's looking to be taught. Will Bruce say yes to being her mentor? Can Barbara regain her fetishes? Find out on Kickstarter now. Seriously, do it. Do it. Find out. Get the PDFs. They're not bad. Get my whole PDF collection, $20. Go do it. Alter Life, Journey to the End, hardcover graphic novel. In a world of seemingly infinitive realities, Jake is on a quest to find his dead wife and his daughter, but nothing is what it seems. Oh my God, it's like a Black Mirror comic, but it's not that it tried to be like Black Mirror, because this was before Black Mirror was becoming really big in the States. Of course, it started in the UK. I don't think they influenced each other, but I could totally see this being on the next season of Black Mirror without a problem. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is the caliber that it is. If you like Black Mirror, do yourself a favor. Check out Alter Life today. Tales from the Black Circle. It's crazy. It's about black metal, Satanism, burning down churches. My God, it is wild. Check it out. It's on Indiegogo now. Make it, laugh it forward. This is for mature audiences. Comedy and comics to change the world, because punching Nazis is hard work, but why can't it also be fun? 2 new comedy books and a lifetime of laughter and activism is yours for the taking now on Kickstarter. And of course, at the end of every show, we'd like to take a moment to encourage you to help veterans. And one of the best ways that you can help your local veterans is to go to Veterans Wife and see how you can support veterans today. Find them on Facebook under Veterans Wife. We would also like to thank all veterans. We truly appreciate your service and all your sacrifice. We would like to take an extra special thank you to the veterans, the ones that don't want to be recognized. The silent, stoic veterans. For all the horrors that they have seen in war, is to them nothing to be thanked for. They don't put it out there for the world to know, for they are truly struggling, for they are now battling their own war here at home. You are not alone. You are loved and appreciated. You will always be our heroes, even if you refuse the title. This has been indie news for indie advocates, our first week of brand change. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being there for us through this transition. It's the first show. I didn't call it WSN News. I didn't say Written Sins. Woo! I did it. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday with Indie News. In the meantime, if you have a story that you want us to advocate for you or on your behalf, please send us the information and a link to your actual information, such as your profile or website, to indieadvocates@gmail.com. My name is Mr. Anderson, and this has been Indie News for March 9th, 2018.